Okay, so here we go now for warlocks for some day one setups. The first one, and you guys have heard me talk about this a lot already, is running Boots the Assembler on Military Dawnblade. So the big thing here, the big synergy, is the passive Benevolent Dawn. So every time you're healing or empowering any allies, you're going to gain energy for all your abilities. And so what that's going to mean is that between your normal rifts, between the projectiles coming out of your rifts from Boots of the Assembler, and between Lumina, you're going to have this procced all the time, and it makes your abilities come back really, really, really fast. And so that's the first part of this. I'm running the highest possible discipline and recovery. I think having 100 discipline on any PvE build is the way to go, just because you can chuck grenades all the time, and that usually means good things. On Warlock, obviously, that also means that you can use your healing grenades, although I would say if you're running a healing rift with Boots the Assembler and Lumina, you can probably just use your grenades. That's how I would do it personally. And the reason I say that is because it's going to synergize with the mods that I'm running this setup too. So, pretty high recovery. This is about as high as I could get it while still having, like, ammo finders and some of the other stuff that I want for mods. And so, 70 recovery is fine, and then 100 discipline here. If you can get close to this, that's good, but I would prioritize discipline first, and then dump everything you can into recovery, still getting the mods that you want. So, obviously, the kinetic here is Lumina, so that you're firing off those rounds. You're going to be getting those noble rounds to fire from Boots the Assembler because of that weird interaction that they have. And so, yeah, your goal is to just be to kind of put down rifts, stand in your rift so that you're healing us with assembler, and then find your teammates and shoot luminas at them, and then get kills from your rifts. And so, what I've tried to do to build around that has been looking at particle deconstruction, none of the stuff that's going away. So this is what I would do for Witch Queen. I think it's going to be back to something like this. You can do any good special weapon. I'm specifically doing solar weapon, and this is a blinding nade launcher, so this just synergizes with everything. It's solar, so it can proc explosive well maker, which I'm running, which is going to give me solar wells for getting rapid kills with any explosion, which includes grenade launchers. This actually works with kinetic grenade launchers too, which is great. I'm using elemental ordnance, so my grenade kills are going to spawn elemental wells, and then I'm using bountiful wells, you see there, which is going to double the well generation every time I make them, so that means every time I get grenade kill or get explosive wellmaker to proc, it's going to double those. Also, explosive wellmaker also counts with grenade kills. So if you get a grenade multi-kill, you will get a total of, I believe, 4 wells to spawn because of bountiful wells. So you're going to be making a ton of those solar elemental wells in the ground, and then from that, I'm running elemental charge here and protective light, so that every time you do pick up a solar well, you'll get ×2 charge with light, and that's going to give you protective light to help keep you alive. Although you're going to be pretty tanky in this as is because you just have all these healing abilities at your disposal. So that's something to consider. And so yeah, again, the empty vessel is just to synergize with these. I was looking for a solar rocket. This can be any good solar rocket. It doesn't even have to necessarily be solar. It's just nice because if you do get kills with your heavy, and you're not just saving it for DPS, again, you'll proc explosive wellmaker, so this all just kind of synergizes together. But yeah, the special and heavy here aren't a huge deal, because again, even if you're not rocking these, any explosive kill is going to proc explosive wellmaker, even if it's not solar, and it's always going to drop a solar well. So you could run like, this could be Deafening Whisper, this could be Truth Teller, this could be any other rocket launcher, and it's still going to give you that same effect. And then again, that's going to just feed into its elemental wells by default. They're going to give you your abilities back even faster, in addition to having Benevolent Dawn, in addition to having 100 discipline, and high recovery, all these other things. And so you're always going to have abilities up, you're always going to have rifts, you're always going to have grenades, you're going to be able to chuck grenades around, you're going to be able to kill a bunch of stuff with your Lumina, your GL. I have blinding nades on this, obviously. Disruption break, just for utility. You can do whatever on this, doesn't really matter. But I think that's some good utility to have in addition to everything else that this build brings to the table. And so yeah, that's it. I went to Altars of Sorrow just to kind of demonstrate this real quick, just take a couple of minutes. Picked Altars of Sorrow for this because this is kind of a support build, so you want some teammates around to do stuff too. So all we're gonna do with this is come over to where our teammates can see us. You gotta have line of sight to them for it to work. Put a rift down. We're not gonna get boss stomped. A grenade, and that's it. We're buffing our teammates just by standing in this. So I got some noble rounds, I'm going to shoot at them. And then you can see over there already from the grenade that I threw off, look at all these wells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elemental wells, just like that. I have another grenade, boom. One of these, and we just kind of set up. So you just put your well in a nice position where you can help your team. And that's it, you're chilling. You can also do empowering with your melee. You have so many options here. You're going to get your abilities back so fast. Well, Radiance is also going to, empower and heal your teammates and all that kind of stuff too, so you can put these out pretty easily, and you're, again, going to get them back super quick, which is great. And that's it. You just got Blessing in the Sky constantly, you've got nades constantly, you've got a rift constantly, you've always got abilities, and you are just a killing machine, a healing machine, a support machine, all at the same time. So, that's it. See you guys on day 1.